Hello and welcome to the Probably Not Show, your source for movie reviews, news, everything in between, and everything out of between. My name is Brendan Bigley.
I'm Marcel.
I'm Jacqueline.
Today we are going to be talking about a topic that we really wanted to hop on a little bit earlier, but we didn't really get to until now, which is hidden gems in Netflix. I just always wanted something, just a place that I could go to find Netflix recommendations all the time. There's instantwatcher.net. Which is okay, but that's just like what's trending at the moment and what's new. But there's still a lot of like older things that won't be on those lists anymore. So I think that's kind of what we're gonna get into. A little bit maybe. I'm not really sure. I don't know what these guys picked. But yeah, so I wanted to go with Marcel first because I'm really curious as to what you watched. What is your Netflix pick?
So my Netflix pick, because I was like the last person, so my Netflix pick was Tiny Furniture.
Oh, no way!
By Lena Dunham.
Have you seen this
I
yet?
have not seen this.
Oh, it's super good.
Written and directed by Lena Dunham. I will preface first with, I have not seen Girls.
At all?
I've not watched an episode of Girls, and I thought this would be a good segue into watching Girls to see if I would like Lena Dunham style.
Yeah.
And what I will say is that I think it's superbly written, and I think it's really smart.
Yeah.
It's very smart, and I very much enjoyed it.
That's her trademark, yeah.
It's really smart, and I very much enjoyed that aspect.
Right.
I will say though that I feel like it might cater towards a certain kind of audience. For me, it's very much just it's kind of limited to. There's only one perspective for me, and it's very much just the awkward, uncomfortable person, which I love. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm all about it. It caters exactly to me.
Right.
But it's not. I didn't feel like this movie was open to a wider audience.
Right.
I do recommend it if you're into that kind of thing. It's very homegrown. It's very a look into. This is the entire time. I will say that I kept looking at it just like this is the perfect look into a privileged person's life, in which she has everything but still feels like she has nothing.
Right.
And that's what it was for me. It was uncomfortable in that sense where I'm just like, you have so many of these tools and you're so lost. And
I would say Girls is a little bit like that
Girls is
also,
a lot
actually.
like that, whole bunch like that, yeah.
So do you want to check out Girls now?
I am. I'm gonna check out the first season of Girls.
Yeah, you really should.
Absolutely should.
Anyway, but yeah, so Tiny Furniture.
So
I also recommend that.
I do dig Tiny Furniture. I think it's definitely worth a watch, and especially if you haven't watched Girls yet, I think it'll be a good segue into whether or not you love.
Or if you have watched Girls and you just want to see more Lena Dunham.
Me, that's me.
Yeah.
Talking about me right now.
Then check out that movie anyway because it's superb.
My warning is that it can be uncomfortable at times.
Exactly. Jacqueline, what is your
Okay,
pick?
my pick is a film that I actually talked about in our last segment, which is The Go-Getter, by Martin Hines. It stars Lou Taylor Pucci, I think I'm saying that right, and Zoe Deschanel is in it. Has cameos from Nick Offerman.
Really? Cool.
Yeah, it's about boy who his mother dies and he has kind of a crisis and steals a car and goes on a road trip.
That sounds like my kind of movie.
And the car that he stole has a cell phone in it, and he finds it, and the cell phone belongs to Zoe Deschanel, and she sort of talks to him throughout the whole road trip. And
Oh, that's really cool. That's
yeah,
cool,
it's like a great coming of age story, and the music in it is just perfect and superb and just like so well done.
She says that because I'm bored.
It's mostly an Edward soundtrack. He also makes a little cameo in the beginning, so maybe I'm completely biased.
Yeah, I would say you're 100% biased now.
Also, a lot of Black Keys, a lot of Elliott Smith,
God,
Animal Collective, and it's just the music in that is just like an ideal soundtrack for me, and it fits it perfectly. And the cinematography is just like mind-blowingly beautiful.
Very cool.
That is my pick.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say my choice is a movie. It was the first movie that I saw on Netflix when I first started like looking deep into Netflix to find some cool stuff. And this is a movie by a director named Ryan Johnson, who recently did Looper, and he did my favorite con movie of all time, which is called The Brothers Bloom, starring Mark Ruffalo and Adrian Brody. Which, if you haven't seen that, just go see it like ASAP.
Rachel Weisz.
And Rachel Weisz is in it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, but anyway, the first movie that he did. Is a film called Brick, which is on Netflix, and you have to watch it. Have you seen Brick?
I have seen Brick.
Brick is super good. Have you seen Brick?
I have not.
Brick is super good. Stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's basically a film noir that takes place in like a modern day high school. I would say it's more 90s actually. I think it came out in the 90s.
It was modern at the time.
Yeah,
it's modern for noir films.
Yeah, but it just starts off. There's a girl that got murdered, and she talked about a brick a whole bunch. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt becomes kind of a private investigator. and he starts finding out who killed this girl. What is the brick? And it is so riveting, and just considering Ryan Johnson's only done 3 movies,
Right.
you know, for that to be his first movie, his first feature length, is mind-blowing. That script is so well written and so smart, and anytime anything is revealed, it just blows your mind, and the film noir aspects are incredible. It's just one of my favorite movies, honestly, at this point. I just love Brick, and if you haven't seen it yet, then please go watch it. Because it's one of my favorite movies on Netflix, and as soon as we said we were going to do these Netflix things, I was like, this is the first movie that I need to do.
It's absolutely captivating in style.
Yeah.
It's
I take both your picks, and I kind of want to watch.
Yeah, watch mine first because it's better.
Okay.
I haven't seen yours though.
I mean, I'm looking for a stellar soundtrack, so I'm going to go for the Gogetter first.
Oh, okay. Okay, perfect. Yeah, and is there any other Netflix thing that you wanted to just shout out about that you might be watching right now, or like?
If you haven't seen Good Will Hunting, that's my favorite movie, and that's on Netflix Instant.
Good Will Hunting.
And I'm not really big. I don't know. I was about to say I'm not big on movies. That's not true. I use Netflix a lot for TV shows, and this isn't even like a movie or a show, but it was like a web series that they put onto Netflix, and I was watching The Guild.
Oh, really?
I was watching The Guild, which is basically just a group of people who are playing like a massive role-playing game online and
Right.
stuff, and it's really I thought it was really cool.
Is it good?
It's so interesting because like it's not my it's like
Yeah.
my thing, but it's not my thing at the same time.
Yeah.
And
I heard about it. Never
It's such a great interpretation of like real life translating into the video game, and the video game translating into real life.
Right.
And I think a lot of people, if you're into like that kind of like nerdy thing, it's definitely worth a watch. It's pretty funny,
That is cool.
and I dig it a lot.
Yeah, I want to check it out.
I only watched the first season, so I'm still going through.
My quick shout out would be the BBC show Luther, which has an amazing first season, but don't watch the second season because there's this weird side subplot that like carries throughout the entire season that just ruins the whole entire show. But the first season is basically Idris Elba, and he plays a detective in the UK, and it's the most cliched idea for a show that's ever happened, but the way it's pulled off is just unbelievable. And the 3rd episode of that show outdoes anything Dexter does in terms of serial killers, and that makes it worth watching.
Whoa, that's a big statement.
But yeah, anyway, so those are our Netflix picks.
It should be mentioned.
what's up?
Jessica Gordon-Levitt starred in 500 Days of Summer with Zooey Deschanel. Starred in The Go-Getter with Lou Tyler Pucci. Starred in Girls with Lena Dunham.
Okay. And that's the bacon.
That's the bacon number.
That's the bacon number.
Alright.
Done.
So those are our Netflix picks for this week. Check back every Tuesday and Thursday, and yeah.
Hopefully we'll be seeing more Netflix.
Yeah, we're out. Probably not here anymore. Bye.